This is the weirdest hypothetical question I have ever seen. And now I have to share with all of you because I've spent way too much time thinking about the question. I know me just saying that, some of you already know where I'm going with this. Let me set this up before I share the question. There's a website called Quora where it has the reputation of people asking weird ass questions and then getting sometimes serious, sometimes weird answers back. It's like a worse, less organized version of Reddit. So here's the question that was posted on Quora and then screenshotted and shared with everybody. Let's all enjoy this one together. Imagine atheists. Imagine you're going skydiving with a Christian baby. Suddenly, the baby tells you he won't open his parachute unless you renounce atheism and accept Jesus as your Lord and Savior. What would you do? Let's go back to the beginning of that one, because what? Atheists, imagine you're going skydiving with a Christian baby. Let's stop there. One, why are you going skydiving? Skydiving is weird. Two, why are you going skydiving with a Christian baby? Where did you get a baby from that's not yours, apparently? Did you swipe a baby, take it on the plane with you? Why is the baby Christian? I mean, listen, I criticized Richard Dawkins for a lot of things, but one thing he's right about is don't put a religious label on a child who isn't old enough to think about religion yet. There is no Christian baby. There's no Republican baby. There's just baby. So also, you're going skydiving with a baby. How do we know this baby is Christian? Did you steal it from a Christian family? Did they give it to you? This is very weird already. Suddenly, the baby tells you he won't open his parachute. Why is the baby talking? How does the baby talk? Where did it get that from? That seems like something worth pausing and thinking about. Why does the baby have its own parachute? If you're going skydiving with the baby, which I wouldn't skydive, I don't even know if you're allowed to go skydiving with the baby. Wouldn't you go in a tandem jump? Why does the baby get its own parachute? Does that mean we are throwing the baby out of the plane and assuming that at some point this baby with apparently working hands is going to do one of these and pull the ripcord halfway through the flight or whatever it is? I'm just I baby with a parachute. Trying to figure that out. Why is that happening? Who is the bad parent who put a parachute, strapped it onto the baby, then handed the baby to a random atheist who was on their way to a plane? And then this baby poses a theological challenge to you. He's not going to open his parachute unless you renounce atheism and accept Jesus. Couple options here. I guess where they want me to go with this is to say, well, of course I have to save the baby, so I will lie to the baby and say I accept Jesus. First of all, why do I care about this baby? I just met this baby. For all we know, the atheist just kidnapped this baby. I have no allegiance to this baby. What do I care if the baby does not pull its ripcord? Then, even if I lied to the baby to save it, even if I said, you know what, baby, I do accept Jesus as my Lord and Savior, then I push the baby out of the plane and assume the baby's going to pull the ripcord and save itself. Who cares? What does that mean? If you know I'm lying to you about accepting Jesus, and then like I know I'm lying about accepting Jesus, I would have to assume Jesus and God, and who are the same person, know that I'm lying about Jesus. So wouldn't everyone be on the same page and just say, this does not count? This is not an actual conversion. Ayaan Hirsi Ali had a more convincing conversion than me on this plane next to the baby I'm going to punch out of the plane. So if the baby asks this and I have like 2 seconds to answer, why does the baby think I'm going to be telling the truth and actually convert? This seems like a very bad way to finagle atheists into converting. It's just dumb. The question is dumb. The baby is dumb. What is the baby doing? How long do we get to think about the question too? Like, do I get a second to think about it, or are we spending like 30 minutes on the plane here while I consider my options? Because the way this question is written, it makes it sound like we're already in free fall and the baby is asking it while we are jumping, and I have to make a split second decision on this, and that's why I'm doing this. I have so many questions about the question that I can't get to the actual rhetorical question part of this because the question makes no sense. It's weird. I don't quite know what to do. I'm very curious what all of you would do. You know what? When I post this clip on YouTube, I'm going to leave your questions in here because I would really like to know what all of you are thinking about this baby challenge, because I have seen this. I saw this question a few days ago, and I have spent 23 and a half hours a day thinking about it. Not about what I would do, but about this baby with the parachute on a plane. I don't know. What do you guys think? What questions do you have about the question? Oh, thanks for the super chat, Olivia. I'm often on Quora, and these questions are a plague on it. You know what? Apparently, if you search on Quora for Christian baby, there's a whole universe of these kind of rhetorical questions, each one dumber than the last. It's a whole genre. I did not know this was a thing until this week, and now I want to go through all of them. Maybe I should just do that every week now. I don't know, but that's why you love Quora. The old parachute baby fallacy. An oldie but a goodie. It's like the trolley problem, but with a baby and a parachute. I feel like John Mulaney needs to just make this a whole bit. Who is giving their baby to strangers to jump out of a plane? Listen, all of these Christian parents who would do this sort of thing where they want atheists to convert, they all have 17 kids. They're not going to miss one. They probably have a new one just waiting in the wings. So they're just like, you know what? I got a few others to take care. Here, atheist, take this one. Don't worry about the backpack it has on. That'll come in handy later. Just take it, go on a plane. We'll see what happens. Wink. It's probably the Duggars. I don't know. They've had some problems. If you think about it, Christianity is based on a deity sacrificing their child. So I guess it made sense in the person's mind. See, this is why you can't have the Abraham and Isaac scenario. You can't have God sacrificing Jesus. When you do that, it just sets a precedent. And now all Christian parents want to give their baby to an atheist. What would you do? At this point, I'm still pushing the baby out of a plane because I'm not going through a theological conundrum. I'm already scared of jumping out of the plane. You think I'm concerned about what that baby's going to do? The baby's not me. The baby does not matter. I'm just jumping. I do not have time to think about my religious beliefs at that time. The question says a lot about the person asking it, says Spencer. You can very easily tell what the person asking the question really thinks about atheists. Apparently, the only thing that's stopping us from converting is saying some magic words like, yeah, I accept Jesus. That's it. That does the trick. I said it, therefore I am now a Christian too. It also tells you, I think this is what Spencer is getting at, it doesn't take thought in these people's minds. You don't actually have to spend time reading the Bible or thinking about what that might mean for your life. Apparently, a baby holding a gun to your head, a metaphorical gun to your head, is all that it takes. And if you, under duress and pressure, just say, I believe in Jesus, that's all it takes. You don't need to do any further thought. Christianity is a religion you can convert to in half a second under pressure. And that's it. Yeah. So if that's what they think about atheists, that's weird. And if that's what they think about Christianity, what does this tell us about their faith too? My God.